What's up, guys? It's Migs with Market Open. Let's go ahead and do the market recap. And let's start off with BG. So BG was one of my main candidates this morning for a long. Let me see here. Yeah, well, actually no, Win and Pets were, but it just actually ended up not working out. So, but as you can see, BG was actually gapping up. It had some news this morning, and I took it over the high of this candle. So this is something that I typically do. It's called an ORB, or a 3-candle play. The first candle was very whippy. It tried to sell off, and it's just people basically taking profits. And then as it kind of calmed down, the next candle right there. So this is basically how I saw it. So up, it tried to sell off, it came right back. And then if it went over the highs, I was going to buy it with my stop right here at 79, basically just 79.49. And then so it broke over, stop right here. I was up in profits during this time, but it actually started coming back down. Let me back out a little bit here. So it kind of stalled out at 80. It couldn't really quite hold that level. So as it started coming down, I actually started getting out of the position. Let's see here. BG, I got out at 79.44. So I took my stop, lost $138 on it. As you can see, it actually went down way lower, so 78.80. There's no way that I was going to be able to hold that. And it's not holding the 80 level at all, actually. So that was the first trade for the morning. Now it's over. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, so you can see on here, 80's a very good support and resistance for this. So it actually broke out at 80, came back, retested, and it's going higher. But after it did that, and after it sold off like this, I wasn't really interested in it anymore. So I moved on. Let's see, the next trade was, okay, so actually BRS and C, which is Citigroup, are actually swing trades of mine, so don't mind these two. I'm currently down 40 bucks on them. It's no big deal. I'm risking about $300 on them, so it's just they're kind of going sideways right now. I broke over the trigger. Now they're just kind of sitting there. I'm going to hold these for the next couple days. We'll see what they do. So if you see BRS and C, that's something completely different. Now the next trade was a short. So let me just mention that the market was actually very strong this morning. Let me put this on the, 1 minute. The market was actually very strong this morning on the upside. So it's very bullish this morning. And so any shorts that you took, you had to be a little bit iffy on. I believe I took this on the 5-minute. Yep. So I took it here. So typically what I would do is I would wait for the pullback. If I don't get either the first pullback buy or the first ORB, what I do is I just wait for the pullback, and then I just wait for the 9 and VWAP to kind of curl over it and then push it back down. So I shorted it right around here. So right at 26, let's see here, 26.90 I got filled. I believe this is actually a 5-cent ticker too, which I'm not really supposed to be trading. I don't really have good luck with them, but so I got filled right at 26.90, and I mean I was up for a little bit, and then it just kind of started going sideways. As soon as it starts going sideways and starts building a base, that's when I start, raising suspicion on this, because the market's going up and now it's starting to consolidate, so that's not good. So what I ended up doing is I actually brought my stop down. As the 9 and VWAP were actually curling over it, I just put my stop right over the top of it. So I ended up putting it at 27.15. As you can see on here, and on this candle, I got kicked out. I got filled at 27.20. Let's see here. Where is, yeah, right here. I got kicked out right at 27.20, right at 10.35. So it's got to be this candle right here. Yep. And as you can see, it kept going a little bit higher and higher. It's remounted the 9. It's remounting VWAP. And it's still going sideways. It's not doing very well. The shorts are not going to be doing very well right now since the market is so strong. So I was only going to go 1-to-1 on this. I wasn't going to wait and try to get 2-to-1 out of this, because the market's just going the complete opposite way. So just as a reminder, if the market's going the opposite way of what you're trying to trade, you should probably take a smaller risk to reward. You should try to take the profits if you can, or a little bit earlier. All right, so the next trade was HAL. let's see here. So HAL wasn't your typical like, oh, here's the wedge or here's the bull flag or anything. I decided to take this over the highs because I knew that it had a lot of room to run on the daily chart. So let me pull it up real fast. So it had broken over the highs and it basically has absolutely no resistance on top of it. So I knew it had a lot of room and it pulled all the way back. I'll just pull it up as I saw it. So it's right around here. Yeah, so it pulled all the way back over here, 54.22. I was going to take it over the highs and then just put my stop down here. So I took 200 shares as 50-cent risk, which is basically $100. So I took it over the highs. Very next candle it triggered right here. And it went all the way up to 55. It didn't really want to hold that level. So I waited on the pullback. I waited for all this. It broke down below VWAP, but remember my stop is actually down here. And so I held through this, and then I added another 100 shares as it started breaking up and over. I think 54.75 or so. HAL. Yeah, 54.75. I put in another 100 shares. And remember, when you add, you move your stop up. So now, instead of 54.23, your stop is now 54.40. So 54.40, and then you add here 54.75, and then right around the 55 area, I noticed that it was starting to go up and down, up and down, up and down, and it wasn't really wanting to hold that level. And during that time, also the market actually started pulling back. So I decided to take the profits and take the $75. So you can see on here, it actually stayed on trend, and it's way higher now. But that's something that I never would have known that was going to happen. I was just going to assume that it was going to pull back some and possibly head higher, but I wasn't really willing to take that risk. So I took the $75 and I moved on to the next trade. Now ANF, Abercrombie & Fitch, it got positive news this morning and it gapped up before or above basically all the other resistance. So it gapped up all the way up here. So I knew it had a lot of room to run. So I kind of leaned into this one with the perfect pattern on it. So right there. So I saw it was coming up. It's above VWAP. It's above the 9, and it's a pattern I recognize. So right here on ANF, very next candle, it's the break of the high. So 2172 is your entry. So the next candle to make a new high on the 5-minute chart is your entry. So I got in 1,000 shares, 2172. Another 1,000 shares at 2172. Ended up 2,000 shares. Stop right here. I was risking about $300 something. It went straight up, so it actually ended up working out immediately, basically. So I got rid of 1,500 shares right at 2188, right below. I basically top ticked this this candle, and right under basically another breakout. So just in case it didn't break out, I just put some money in my pocket. I realized probably like 280 or something like that. Something like that. And then so I put that in my pocket, and then I watched it kind of go up and down between 22 here. It started going sideways, and then like I mentioned earlier, this was the very next trade after the market started pulling back. So it's a whole number again, and just like the previous trade, it was kind of not holding a certain level right at 22. So I took 250 shares out right at 2194, and then I moved my stop up. So if it didn't hold the 2190, I was gonna get out. So if it broke down below the 9, so right here in this candle, I got kicked out the next 250. So I got out right at 2189. Then I realized $331. Now the next trade on FE, this one I jumped the gun, unfortunately. So this right here was very strong this morning, and I took this actually on the 15-minute chart. So after around like 11-ish or so, I look at the 15-minute chart, and just to see kind of what it's doing, it gives you a better overall picture of what's been going on throughout the whole day. So my thought process right here. So just like the bull flag that I took on ANF, this was going to be exactly the same thing. My entry was supposed to be the high of the very next candle. So as you can see, the high on here is 33.59. Now my entry was supposed to be 33.60. Now what happened was I saw the volume starting to come back in and just getting bought up. So I bought 150 shares right at 33.54. So I was basically jumping the gun, and I took half my size and I got in. Then after that, right at 33.59, right before the breakout, so I got in 1 cent too early. And it actually ended up double topping at 33.59 and actually started coming back down. I noticed that, and I started getting rid of half of my position right away. So 33.54, I got rid of 150, and then the other 150, I basically took my stop down here. Actually, no, not all the way, because my stop was actually supposed to be 33.24, but actually I got rid of it at 33.38. As you can see, I made the right move. FE is actually right now at 33.18. So yeah, I would have lost the whole thing. I actually only ended up losing half. So I'm probably not going to take it, but now that I think about it, the 9 wasn't curling up under it, providing it support. So this candle was kind of floating up here without a lot of support. So you want the VWAP and you want the 9 just curling under it, basically just holding it up, holding up the price. And other people are seeing that, and they're more comfortable buying it long. But now it's actually starting to curl up. The 9's crossing VWAP, and this actually might be a good long next candle to make a new high. Although I'm not going to get into it because I'm already done trading for the day. It could fail. The market's actually starting to head higher as well. But usually around this time, I stop trading. There's a lot less volume in the market. It's not really a breakout play or anything. It's a pullback. But I'm already up on the day. I don't want to lose any of the rest of the profits. I have to regain some of the profits that I lost last week. So that's the way that you do it. Just small steps. Just keep pushing forward. All right, guys. If you guys do have any questions, make sure to leave it down in the comment section below. Make sure to join our Facebook group. Like I always say, I post my watch list on there every single day. And as always, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.